Scotland. Now, most folk singers, folk musicians frequent the folk clubs and they have varying knit jumpers and beards and so on. Well, Law's got the beard and so on, but there's not many of them get voted the world's #1 motivational speaker. And this guy was voted that very prestige prize. So, I'll say no more and pass you over to Mr. Nicol.
Well, I'm not going to do a motivational speech, that's for sure. And I've got to say that I am well out of practice, because although you have no idea how many events that I have attended, but not for a wee while. In 1951, I joined the SNP, and my membership number was 9. It wasn't called the SNP, it was called the SRA, which I will leave you to work that out. And the SNP became the political arm of the SRA, as it were, in a very short space of time. And marvellous characters that I met. The man way back there was a man called Arthur Donaldson, who spoke as, and I must say that was a fine delivery there, but Arthur spoke about these things. He was an elderly man way back then, I was a laddie, and he spoke with the fervour that you spoke about, and all we really have to do is go out and talk common sense to half a dozen people, and we will grow, and we did. We grew and we grew and we grew, and I actually was at one point prepared to stand as a parliamentary candidate, because I wrote a wee song for a lady who went through, and the wee song at the time, I remember when I wrote it, it was done for a night like this. It's a bit of fun, we'll miscall the English and talk about that sort of stuff. And I wrote this wee song, and you'll recognise at least the event if you're really into this Yes campaign. In the Hamilton election, 20,000 did agree. They'd vote for me and the SNP to set our Scotland free. And we're on off to London in the morning. Yep. And that was for 1 year, of course. And that was our first real hammer blow. That was the first time we went down there with the right to stand up and make a declaration. And so it's gone on and on and on. Because I've been to this marvellous wee folk club that takes place in this vicinity, the OIR, which is Opportunities in Retirement. And I went along there, and Pat says to me, "We're doing a wee thing for the Yes campaign. I don't know if that would be your thing or no." Well, that happened too. Underpants and match, the whole thing. Okay. Now, and I remember all of these events when we started singing folk songs in pubs to try and draw attention to it. And some of the people that Pat mentioned there were, then there is another one still kicking around somewhere, at least he was earlier on in the day, but I don't know. We're just going to, like, you wake in the morning at my age, that's the result, so, but he, Archie Fisher's still around there, and as far as I know, and we used to go into pubs, and the banjos and the guitars came out. We kept the seats very up and back. But when the guitars and the banjos came out, and you started singing patriotic songs, it was amazing how many people did not want to hear them. So we very quickly got a reputation for emptying pubs rather than filling them. And I can remember arguments became classic arguments when somebody would pick on you and say, "Why do you sing all these stupid songs and whatnot?" Just and you would, you ended up, you tried to reason with them, but eventually you went, "See if I made teeth in and kill you," and that was I remember the thing. You Scots always resort to some kind of aggressive behaviour. You just have to look at the map and see it. You're all on about Kilmarnock, Lochside, Kilmacombe. So you think of it. And the return argument was, well, how about the English with Weymouth, Tynemouth, Portsmouth, you're all bloody mouth, a lot. And these arguments actually became more popular than our singing. You know, we used to get people coming in, we put up a good argument. That was what we did. And I've just come up from England. I was down there working for 3 days, and I insist on wearing my tartan trousers wherever I go. And of course, it's all the golfing jokes, and you're playing golf later today and all that sort of stuff. And you'll need to excuse me because I stopped folk singing a long, long time ago, and it's just since meeting Pat, so well, maybe have another wee go at it. So I took a song that you would all know, and just for a bit of fun, I kind of changed the words a wee bit. So you'll excuse me if I refer to this tablet here, because it's I'm just reminding myself of it, and I would like you to join in the punchline. This is I've got a little bit of history with the songs. The original song was Where Have All the Flowers Gone? And it was sung by all kinds of people, but one of them was a kind of sex bomb in my father's day. And I mean, if you can get close to the bird that your old man fancied, you know, that was kudos, you know. So, and it was Marlene Dietrich, and she came to the Edinburgh Playhouse, and I happened as a young boy to be doing some work. You did that when you were young boys in them days. You know, you didn't get school holidays. You went out and got a job, and we were sweeping up leaves in the gardens along Princess Street, and all the petals had come out. It was just tip at this time of the year, and she was singing. This was her big song. Where have all the flowers gone? And we gathered up all these rose petals, and they were put in the balloon nets above her stage. And this famous lady came out. She was well on then, but the way she moved, and I mean, what a sexy female. So, you know, I mean, she was old enough to be my granny, but I would have been up for it if she'd been keen, you know. But she comes on and she sings. This is her finishing song, her big hit, and it's all this sultry voice, you know. Wherever the flowers gone, long time passing. And we opened the nets, and all these rose petals all came down. And when we finished, she stomped off the stage. And I mean, if you ever have seen Marlene Dietrich, and there's a lot of people here don't even know who I'm talking about, but when you thought, oh, Jesus Christ, we're in trouble here, you know, she came on, whose idea was this? And I thought, oh, it was mine. And she went, you're a lovely man. And so the original song means quite a bit to me, you know, because that was the thing. In fact, that was more or less the start of me seriously studying how you got somebody to say yes. Because so give me a key back, and let's we'll get the banjo in this one. What's the key? Just give me a C. Give me a C. Now, I want you to join in the line, the punchline here. And I've changed the words to suit the occasion. It's, where have all the good jobs gone? We used to have so many. Where have all the good jobs gone? That we had so long ago. Where have all the good jobs gone? They're down in England, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where do big ships come from? The ones who roll the oceans. They used to be made on the River Clyde. Long, long time ago. So where do the ships come from? They're made in Japan now, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? And the special verse for you. Where did all your good votes go in all the past elections? And why are the Tories ruling us? They're there by self-selection. And what will the yes vote do when there's some amongst us will still vote no? Oh, when will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? So that was for Marlon and me. But this was a song long time ago. We, because I used to be, you know, well, I think most of you will know one folk group. That was the Corries, because they made it onto the telly before any of the other Scottish folk groups were about, and for a long time I was the warm-up act on their concert tour. You know, that was. Ronnie used to describe me as foreplay, but that was... so this was a song that I think says it all, and I would really like it if you'd done. But I recorded it a long time ago, so you will excuse me to do this. I don't like doing this, but like I say, I had quite a thing. I just... When Pat told me I should just have put everything else aside and prepared for tonight, but I've got a chest infection and I didn't think I would make it, so I'm chuffed that Nichols I'm here at all. But so we're going to do Liberty. Do it in C. Do it in P. C. And I did bring a guitar, but I am no guitarist, and Pat is terrific on all his instruments. So can you give me a little lead in them? So you're going to do it now. You going to do the mantle? Aye. Okay, all right. Hold on a second. That guitar's all. I don't know that there. You see the change in temperature. It gets hot and cold. I was away up northeast a few days, and you know it was that. I mean, I was sweating the Christ. It was snow that was coming down. It was that cold. And you come back and it's warm, and the guitar's just don't take it. I love going to England and talking about our weather, because they think they know what cold is, you know. You heard that story about the fella who they get the yes vote and Scotland is independent. Just cast this forward, try to visualise it. And imagine the top job, the first job, is the man that gets to paint the white line between Scotland and England. Could you imagine that? And he's coming down there and he's making a great job of it, and he's got his wife's paperwork and he's doing that. And suddenly his ass bumps into a house and he goes, wait a minute, this is right in the middle of the white line. Right, so he goes, well, what do I do, you know? So he knocks on the door and he says, I'm painting the line between Scotland and England, and you're right in the middle, look, according to the ordnance map here. So, I don't know, I mean, you may have to say, you're right in the middle, pal, you know, I mean, do you want to be in Scotland or England? Because the fella says, definitely want to be in England. He says, what? Think of all the educational advantages for your range up there. No, I want to be in England. Could you tell me why? She said, well, I couldn't take another Scottish winter. So, no. Are we ready now, Paul?
I'm ready. I'll give you a C.
Give me a C and we'll see. Now, this one again, I want you to sing, because way back when I recorded this, we had some great nights. We went from the Hamilton election over to Govan, when a young blonde lassie stood up there and blew them all away, you know, and I think you know who I'm talking about there, Margot's still around. But she went over to Govan, and slowly but surely, we were just picking up, we were becoming, we were not just a voice now, we were a people, we were listened to. They had to listen, because the numbers were growing all the time on our side. And I recorded this song, and I can remember in the Govan Town Hall when Margot was elected. I mean, I had to sing this about 10 times that night. Now I've got to read the words off a paper, it's ridiculous, but there you go. They do say that when you when you get to this age, you know, you're just keeping up on the 80, and there's three things happens to you. One is your memory goes. And I'm buggered if I remember what the other two are. So, are we ready for this?
Yeah.
It was by the cross that Andrew bore, and by the sword that William bore. It's by the crown that Robert swore to win our liberty. So ca the falcon fae the glen, and ca the eagle fae the den, and ca the lion fae his den, to win our liberty. And that's your life, to win our liberty. It's by the arm that bends the bow, and by the arm that fends each blow. It's by the arm that lays them low. We'll win our liberty. So bless the man whose faith is old, bless the man we sold for gold, and bless the ones they could never hold, to win our liberty. Come on again. To win our liberty. Now by the field that once was green, and by the shield and silver sheen, and by the northern battle keen, we'll win our liberty. So ca the clans fae o'er the west, and ca the raven fae his nest, and ca the clans while dance the best, when we win our liberty. Come on, when we win our liberty. So it's by the field that once grew green, and by the shield and its silver sheen, it's by the Wallace sword in battle keen, we win our liberty. So bless the man whose faith is old, bless the ones in chains we sold, but bless that man in cloth of gold. He'll win our liberty, he'll win our liberty. Thank you. And of course there was a song here which I'm sure they'll finish the night with a song, but very, very good friend of mine wrote this song, and the first time I heard it was down in Ayrshire. We all gathered in a wee pub to, I think it was called the Dundonald Arms somehow or other, because all of a sudden a group that didn't exist became famous south of the border, called the Dundonald Ranters. Now the Dundonald Ranters was just a group of us who gathered together to make an album of songs that you couldn't sing in public. And I mean, you just advertised that and everybody wanted to buy it, but this song they considered you couldn't sing it in public. And it's I invented a wee character called Jakey McLaughlin. Now, Jakey McLaughlin was like an elderly man. I used to take the teeth out for this and pull the bonnet down and put in an old raincoat. And he was like an old Scottish soldier. He used to tell the story on how Jakey wrote the song. He didn't write the song, of course. It was Roy Williamson who wrote the song. Roy and I were good mates. We were good mates right up until he passed away, but if the drink was flowing, Roy would have a wee go at me because he used to say, you know, son, I wrote a beautiful song, and you took it and just turned it into a bloody rabbler. And I said, why? He said, well, because you've got your timing all wrong and everything. So the thing was, the story of Jakey was, we're all sitting in a pub, and this is how I met him. And I based this character on this man, and this old man came in, a wee bit shaky, you know, and the bonnet on, and you know, all gumsy and that. And he went up and he went, excuse me, son, excuse me, it's Saturday night, you know, it's no tradition in our family. We're in McLaughlin's, and I'm Jakey McLaughlin. So it's been a pleasure meeting you. And the barman's going, what do you want? And he went, we always spare where we are, we always drink to Scotland's future. And, you know, I'm a wee bit embarrassed tonight, you know, but I was wondering if you could do an old soldier a wee drink, just to toast my country. And the barman went, you get out of here. Immediately, you get out. He says, you can't throw me out. He says, I'm McLaughlin. He says, I fought for the right to stand here. You can't throw me out. He says, well, I own the pub, and I'm telling you to get out. He says, you know who I'm Jakey McLaughlin. Does that not mean nothing to you? Does that not mean nothing? Does it not mean nothing to you, son, that McLaughlin's fought with Wallace? Does that not mean nothing to you? And he's going like this to the pub. Does that not mean nothing to you that McLaughlin's fought with Wallace and we fought with Bruce and we fought with Montgomery? See us McLaughlins, we couldn't go on with anybody, he says. And the man said to him, get out, just go. And at that point, I went over and I said, this is how I met Jakey, and I invented the character because his name actually wasn't McLaughlin. To save embarrassment, I put McLaughlin. But I went on and I said, Jakey, I'd be a proud man to buy you a drink. And he said, I'd be a proud man to accept it, and we got the drink. And he sat down at our table and he took a taxi out of his pocket. And he was sitting there, and I swear to God, he was close to greeting. And he started to sing their song. And we were all sitting there and we're going, is his wains or his grand wains or maybe his ma or something, you know. We knew it wasn't his wife with a wee smile on his face, you know, but he looked at it and he started, he went, oh, from the Scotland, and will we see your nice again, a fond eyes for your leaving howling glen, and stood against proud Edward's army, and said to I don't want to do that song just now because we're going to you're all going to get half bevied and take the place of Barbie. So Roy wrote that song, and that was to be around it. Could you imagine that song was recorded as one on an album called the Dundonald Ranters, because they were all songs that they felt were politically incorrect. And we weren't supposed to do them, but so we'll record it. We got a man called Bill Leader came up from England, we got him to record it and put it on his label, and we thought if there's any legal come back, he's English, he can take it. And so this thing has been going on and on and on. But we also like to have a bit of fun. And there's a wee poem that again I wrote a long time ago, and I would like to dedicate it tonight to three people that I'm sure the evening cannot pass without them being mentioned several times. One is David Cameron, and the other one is that fella Clegg that he hangs about with, and the other one is Edward Miliband. And now, so this is a wee story, a wee Scottish tale I put together, and I think it's applicable to them. So if anybody is talking to them later tonight, pass this on with my regards. A wee bird was sitting on a tree, and it was just a sad wee kind of scruffy, fluffy brown bird. You know, just, you know, and he was only wee. He was not like a bull, you know. You know, when, you know, the bull didn't care if the weather was cruel, which it was. You know, it was bloody cold, and the wee bird just went chirp. You know, the way wee birds do, and the bull went moo, which is, you know, birds and bulls saying how do you do, you know. So as the bull went, it just went moo as he was just sort of sauntering past, and he left a big heap of lying in the grass, like, and the wee bird looked down, and he thought, that looks hot. I wonder what it tastes like, the wee bird thought. So he hops off the tree, just thought he might try a wee bit. Says, it looks like and smells like, tastes like haggis. So he steamed right in and he ate his food, and then up to the topmost branch the wee bird flew, and round the greenwoods rang the happy, happy notes of that wee bird sang. But there was a wee boy just knocking about in a lane, and he killed the wee bird dead with a dirty big stone. And a moral here. There is a moral here, so all pie heed and shut your mouth because she dropped in deep. Never ever shoot your mouth off, no matter who you be, if it's bullshit that got you to the top of the tree. In the key of C part, you know. This was if you got them singing, and let me say, please let me say, because there's far too much space down there. If you just work on the yes, getting somebody to say yes, just work on it. I mean, we used to do a wee thing where if there was anything in the news, and we used to go out and go, like, here's a wee question for you. And we've got everybody, I can't do it tonight because you would all say the same thing. But we used to go, here's a wee question for you, and we would talk about, do you think that this should happen or that would happen? Yes, 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 or no, da, 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 da. Whatever we put in, it was yes, 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 or no. So, you see, once you got them, and then we try and get all the no's to go on to the yeses, this has been going on a long time, you know. This is not new. This is not new at all. And, you know, it would go something like, if I can remember, now I'm winging it on this one, all these folks down in Whitehall make decisions for us, like the cost of a loaf or the fare on a bus, and the price of our petrol, and the tax on our cars. Do you think we should tell them, stick it right up your... Yes, 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 yes! Oh! We used to have a lot of fun with that, so try getting that one going, and if you're in a wee company, instead of going, you're going to go, yes, you bastard. And no, don't do it that way, just go, answer the questions, yes or no. I would have put a wee one in about the price of bread and the price of something, and then go, boom, 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 and get in with one like that. And before they know it, they're all happy, they're all going, yes, 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 no, and you're winning, But this is a wee fun song now, that, it's just a fun song. Oh dear, oh what can the matter be, the women are all getting stuck in the lavatory. Some have been in there for 2 weeks last Saturday, and nobody knows they're in there. Did you try that? Oh dear, oh what can the matter be? All of the ladies are stuck in the lavatory. Some have been there for 2 weeks, and nobody knows they were there. The first lady in was delicate Brenda, and she only went in to adjust her suspender. but somehow got caught in the masculine gender, 'cause she didn't know I was there. Oh dear, what can the matter be? I'm stuck in the lavatory. Okay, now the next lady in was Chichester's daughter, went in to get rid of superfluous water, but somehow the rising tide seemed to have caught her, and nobody knew she was there. And it's, oh dear, what can the matter? You're getting good at this. 2 weeks last Saturday, and nobody knew they were. See, it goes on like this. You see, when you go on a night like this, you get women sitting next to other women, total stranger, and they stand up and say, "I'm just one of the ladies, is anybody going?" And they all walk out as total strangers, and they come back as the best of friends. Could you see any of the guys doing that? Huh? I'm just going in there. You want to come with me? You come with your arms to each other. Oh, ho, ho! Right. You're definitely a no vote. so this goes on, and it goes. Now the next lady in was wee Maggie Murphy, and she sat down and made herself comfy, but suddenly found she couldn't get her bum free, and nobody knew she was there. And it's, dear, what can the matter be? All the ladies get stuck in the lavatory. Some have been there for 2 weeks last Saturday, and nobody knew they were there. Now the next lady in was wee Madgie Draper, and she looked around and she couldn't find paper, and all she could find was an old bricky scraper. I love to visualise that, you know. And nobody knew she was there. And it's, oh dear, oh what can the matter be? All of the ladies get stuck in the lavatory. Some have been there for 2 weeks last Saturday, and nobody. Here we go. The last lady in was Matilda Mason. She couldn't find a cubicle, so she used a hand basin, and that was the water that I washed my face in, 'cause I didn't know she'd been there. And it's, oh dear, oh what can the matter be? All of the ladies get stuck in the lavatory. Some have been there for 2 weeks last Saturday, and nobody knew they were there. Okay, right, that was good. Oh, yeah, oh, like that. And so, remember, I don't know how long I've been talking to you here, but you know, it's an interesting thing that this has come up, and we are really in with a shout. We are in with a real shout, and we are definitely. But the thing is this: people who are all for Scotland tend to have values that have slipped away in our society. Quite frankly, a lot of people, a big percentage, and I loved hearing the percentage. I didn't like hearing it, I didn't like the content, but I liked the fact that it was said that your 1 child in 3 could be suffering from lack of food, nourishment, just not getting everything that a child needs. But the point is, the unfortunate thing that the children who are in that part of society do not, their parents and the people that they know tend not to be politically aware. And we really have to go out and try and get them to vote. We have to. And this is just a silly little song, but it's a little song about. Well, you know, I'm very fond of the things about how can we help people? If you could get something and say, you know, would this song help anybody if they were listening to it? And just give me a C, the guitar maybe, the C on the guitar, I'm winging this here, you know, I'm enjoying myself, I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying it. Thank you, but this is just a wee silly song that it's based on the fact, you know, could you imagine, now I don't know where any of you live, but I live in Ayrshire, and you know, things don't change all that drastically overnight, and we kind of like it that way, you know. I mean, you know, you wake in the morning, you look at the window, and you don't really expect to see a lot of change. I mean, the leaves are coming off the trees just now and all that sort of stuff. I don't mean that, that's natural. But so I want you to imagine that you're walking near your own house. You're just walking along, and it's at that time, very shortly, the nights are starting to come down a wee bit now, and there's not a lot of light, but there's enough for you to see to walk. But because it's not bright, you don't feel that you're under the scrutiny of everybody. So you can be yourself. And you're walking along there, and suddenly something different happens. And something that has never happened in your life before. A big frog jumps out right in front of you. It just sits there, you know, with the big googly eyes. Now, I'm not talking about big frog. There's a lot of places in Ayrshire you might see. I'm talking about I'm talking about a Scottish frog, you know, one of the old fellas. And he's sitting there, and he's just looking at you. And you don't know how to handle that, so you're looking at it. Now, I'll tell you what you do. You kind of try to go around a wee bit just to walk by it, and the eyes are following you, and you go, Jesus, well, go around this way, and his eyes are following you. I think you would talk to the frog. That's what we do, isn't it? You know, maybe you can see or hear you. You go, hey, you're a big frog, by the way. And the frog goes, I'm no frog. You go, what? I'm no frog. I'm an opportunity. Now, he's got you there because although you have been told all your life, take advantage of an opportunity, nobody ever told you what it would look like. So he goes, oh, you're an opportunity, I'm an opportunity. You look like a frog, but I'm an opportunity. Jesus. You know, so you go, right, well, you know, glad to have met you, you know, because not many people meet an opportunity, you know, and you're trying, they went, wait a minute, you're not going to walk right past and ignore an opportunity, are you? You go, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, this is not going well. He says, I mean, us opportunities have been trying to attract your attention all your life. Opportunities are flushing your path all the time and you never notice us. So, I drew the short straw to actually just be blunt about it. I'm an opportunity, what are you going to do? And I went, well, I don't know what to do. And he said, well, look closer. So you pick the frog up, right? Now, I want you to imagine this, ladies. You know, but you pick the frog up and you look at it. And you look at it. And it's going along with it. And then it says to you, right, do you see the opportunity now? And you go, nah. I'm sorry, but I just see a big frog. You went, oh, well, I'll just tell you then. Right, opportunities are magic. They can change your life. You can have anything you want. They come in all disguises. I just happen to come as a big frog. Right, but I could make you wealthy. I could make you good looking. I could make you powerful. I could make anything you want in life happen. Now, will you take advantage of the opportunity? And you go, you can make me wealthy. Powerful. What do I have to do to take advantage of a frog? I've never done that. He says, all you've got to do is kiss me. A wee bit of tongue in that, right? Now I'm going to ask you all, because we have an opportunity coming up very shortly. Given this opportunity to be wealthy, or beautiful or handsome or powerful, anything you wanted, would you kiss the frog? Show of hands, how many of you say, right into it? So how many of you would say, no way am I going to kiss a frog? No? Well, I'm sorry to say you've got that wrong. No, you've got it wrong. You don't kiss frogs. Come on, trust me, trust me. Even if Alex Salmon tells you to kiss a frog, question, you know, You do not kiss frogs. But equally, you do not walk away from that frog. You have to know what the opportunity is. And you grab that frog, and you hold on to it with dear life, because you'll definitely make a right few quid off a talking frog. And that I am now saying to you, when you say, oh, will I vote yes or no? Do you really know how big an opportunity this is? Do you really know what it means? It's not just about a vote. It's about quality of life. And it can make you anything you want. Anything you want. Now, I'm going to try this song, because I just wrote it today, but I thought you might just... We'll break away, we'll break away, no reason now to stay, for me and you to start anew, we've only to break away. Easy. We'll break away, we'll break away, no reason left to stay, for me and you to start anew, we've only to stay away. Just break away, that's all. We'll break away and start anew and make a new beginning. It's time to choose to win or lose, and it's time we started winning. So we'll break away, we'll break away, no reason left to stay, for me and you, we'll start anew, we've only to break away. And I want to now just ask you to join me in one that it's such a, I don't know what we're going to do with this one, Pat, but just give me the C, and I'm just going to do this last song. And this is a song that I'm with 78 this year, and when I look back, honestly, if you knew some of the things that we got up to in these early days, some of them can never be told, some of them can never ever really be explained away, but we were young and we did a lot of things that we thought were right at the time. And I'm not the least bit ashamed of any of them, but I think I might be embarrassed by some of them. But this was, you know, a wee song that recently, my sons, I've got 3 sons, and they all inherited the same genes as their father, and were only very, very shy, so they didn't produce children until pretty late on. And so I suddenly found myself with 6 grandchildren when I just thought I'm never going to be a granddad. And I wrote this new song, and I would really, this is just for me, I'm being honest, but you might want to ask yourself as well, could it apply to you? For me, I cannot believe how good life is. And I would say to everybody, I mean, there's no too many children here tonight, but I would say to everybody, you know, arguably, at least up there amongst the older ones, get old as soon as you can. It's bloody great when you, it really is, you know, see when all that sex goes out of your life and everything, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. So have we got that key now? See again. What is the song? It must have done something good. Must have done something good. Okay, you got it? That. Listen, I don't know, I presume that you all know the Ayrshire folk singers here, Pat Kane, but he's brought folk music back to Ayrshire, and he indulges me because he lets me get away with murder here. Anybody else up there would say, listen, get the bloody guitar and join in. Are we ready, Pat?
Yeah.
We've got that one?
See?
Are we doing it in C?
Yeah.
We're doing it in C. Right, okay.
He asked me for the key, but he never tells me the song.
Okay. I've told a few lies in my time and had a few glasses of wine, and I've tried to justify it all in my head. I bought things I couldn't afford, didn't expect any kind of reward, and I made none with the life I led. But you keep me going mile after mile, and you gave me the memories of a happy laughing child. A roof over my head, a table and food, and don't know what I did to deserve all this. Must have done something good. And I want you to sing that with me. I don't know what I did to deserve all this, but I must have done something good. Now I could have been, I should have been, and all I could have had. Now you think like that, you're gonna drive yourself mad. But comes a little girl, kissed me on the cheek, covered me in glad. She says, I love you, 'cause you're my daddy's dad, and that keeps me going mile after mile. And I've got my memories, a happy laughing child. I got a roof on my head, a table and food, and I don't know what I did to deserve all this. I must have done something good. Now says this one man to another, let me tell you about my brother and the injustices of life. My woman got bored, she just walked out the door, and now she's my brother's wife. Has the world gone crazy, man? He's ugly and he's lazy, and she's such a beautiful girl. Well, I don't know what he did to deserve a woman like that, but he must have done it pretty good. And the last verse is, because this was to be like a soliloquy. This is the one I want them to do when they put me in that box. I want them to say, she got away with a hell of a lot for a hell of a long time. And say, must have done something. He must have done something good. So he goes, well, Lord, I've tried, but I just can't count it. Now, I know I'm the luckiest man on the planet. It wasn't my intention to mention it, but now I think I should. Oh, what did I do that was so good that you gave me going mile after mile, and you gave me the memory, a happy laughing child, a roof on my head, a table and food. Finish here. And I don't know what I did to deserve this. I must have done something good. Thank you for listening. Thank you.